Today, this segment is going to be all about landscape painting. Now, that doesn't mean I can cover everything, but I want to get to the nitty-gritty of it, all right? This landscape, we're going to use it as a reference today, and I want to show you that this line right here, this line is on the thirds. You see this kind of brownish line that divides these water lilies from these water lilies. And then the other major line here is the bridge. It's also on a third, all right? And then much more in an implied sense, we have this implied verticality here and this one here too. So we have our third, vertical third, horizontal third grid work that we're working with. I've got the thirds in here because I want you to think about getting your thirds in all the time, whether you're using this Monet or you're out in the landscape. And with this acrylic paint that I'm using today, we are going to be able to paint over everything, and everything will dry fairly quickly. And now I want to present a little bit of what Monet is doing here into his center X. He has kind of a triangle coming up here that comes through the water, and it definitely is a little more pronounced. And this is another nice thing about having the canvas gridded. And if you're a more exacting kind of person than me, which I can't really imagine someone being a less exacting person than me, but that's not really true. But anyhow, then it really helps to have the canvas gridded out so I can find this bridge here much more easily. But you can put your compositional bones, your underlaying things, you can put them in a much more exacting way onto the canvas if you want. It's not necessarily that you'll see it loud and clear, but that some part of you that's always looking through the brush, from your ancestral looking through the brush brain, from that brain you will possibly, or that part of your brain, you will possibly see things like this grid work underneath it. And that's where the implied grid work, using sometimes a little bit more than implied, meaning some actual verticals, so forth, will come into play. Now I want to change this color just ever so much, ever so slightly. Every time you take your brush back to the palette and take it back often, you want to change that because that's what gives the life to the painting. And here I have a little bit of blue, not completely mixed in. Sometimes you'll want to grab a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, yellow, whatever, and let these colors multiply come out at once on your canvas. And sometimes you may want to then blend them on your canvas and mix them actually on your canvas, but here I'm letting them kind of speak amongst themselves for right now. And so here's where I'm coming in for my second layer right now, where we will be able to eventually finish its surface and have it be something inspired by Monet, made by us, and taken to a whole new level.